is here. If you don't have one at home, you can always use a simple step stool. And if you want to buy one, I did link one in the description from my Amazon store. So super easy to buy on Amazon if you want to invest in one. But there's definitely advantages to using the step, which we will go over. I'll go over some exercises that will make your exercises more challenging, but also less challenging. We'll go over a few of them. Before we start that, I just want to mention that book club is starting tomorrow. We are reading the book Breath, and this is our second book club. The first one was a huge success, and you don't want to miss this. It's very personal, very intimate. I keep the group small. I still have 4 slots left. So sign up right away because it will probably sell out. And I share things in book club that I don't typically share, personal things, my own tips, my own different advantages and things that I do, things that I eat, all sorts of things. We also talk about the book, of course, and tomorrow we are doing an introduction. So it's a great time to share your own goals, have questions answered and things like that. So you don't want to miss it. So sign up today. I put the link in the description. And without further ado, let's get to it. So I'm using a set of weights. I'm just going to show you a couple exercises that you can easily do on the floor, but the step will give you an advantage. So the first one is a basic, you can do a chest press or a chest fly or a skull crusher, different things that you do on your back on the floor. So what you want to do is put your head and shoulders on the step. So make sure you're supported with your shoulders first and then your head. And before you even do that though, if you're using weights, as I am, as we are for these exercises, you want to pick up your weights first before you bring it back. That way you don't strain your shoulder trying to pick up your weights. So that's a big tip that you'll want to know so you don't hurt yourself. Bringing your hips up into a bridge and just doing a chest press. So what's the advantage here versus doing it on the floor? The biggest advantage is you can get more range of motion. You can bring your elbows down further than you would if you were on the floor, getting more of a range of motion pressing up. Also, you have the benefit of bringing your hips up a little higher to activate your glutes a little more. Same thing with the skull crusher. So the skull crusher just comes back to work your triceps and the back of your arms here. If you were on the floor, you could only bring them back so far. But being on the step, you can actually bring your weights down below, getting more of a range of motion, making it a little bit more challenging to bring your weights up. All right, so those are 2 on your back. The next one that I want to go over. So once again, when you come up, you don't want to drop your weights to the side. You want to drop your booty, bring your chest up, and then go ahead and drop your weights. Another advantage to having the step, something that could make your exercise a little easier, is by doing push-ups. So instead, if you're having a hard time transitioning from your knees to your toes on push-ups, you might want to try an elevated surface, and a step is a great way to do that. So if you go ahead and put your hands on the step into a push-up position, you'll notice that it's a little bit easier having yourself elevated. And then you can maybe transition to your toes. If that's one of your goals for this year, I know a lot of people have goals. Maybe one of them is to get better at push-ups. So maybe you want to try something like this. And then when you get better at it, then you come to the floor. And conversely, if you want to make push-ups harder, you can do decline push-ups by putting your toes. Now I'm kind of out of the screen, but that's okay. You can see how my toes are on the step and doing a push-up that way, making it a little bit more challenging, putting more pressure into your chest. All right, one last thing that I did have in mind. Oh yes, one last thing I had in mind are tricep dips, which of course you can do on the floor, but if you have elevated surface like a step, it makes it a lot better to bend your arms a little more versus being on the floor. You can't really bend as much. So it makes the exercise a little bit more effective to do it on the step. So those are a few different ways to use the step, and it's a fun way to try it. Next week on Tuesday, I will be coming out with my workout, which uses the step and the towels. So it's a fun one. It's a crazy one. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you. Hopefully I will see you in book club. All right. See you for the next workout.